They begin the drive with a run by Murray. No gain on the play there, second down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster. In order to try and win the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 4 yards remaining now on 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Bradford draw play. He gives to Murray. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
You and I both know that you don't really truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
From the red zone now, Bradford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for... Second down, Bradford. And the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back.
Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray, 33 yards. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead, not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the gun, it's Lynch. Green's got it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards on the pickup. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go now.
Lynch looking to throw on second. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Final play of the half. It's Lynch. And he slings one that's incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, 74 yards. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. And that one puts them on top here in the third. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Let's go.
On second down, Lynch. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll throw on first down with Lynch. Steps away to his left. Lynch busting free. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On second down, Jamal Charles. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense is just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks, too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
On first down, it's Charles again. And he lost the football. Charles loses it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
When you think of Jamal Charles, you think of speed. Pure lightning, absolutely electric. And sometimes with those speed guys, the ball can get away from their body a little bit when they're carrying it, and some fumbles can result.
They were able to jar it loose there. Bradford now after the fumble recovery. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford has lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and a mile. From the gun, Bradford. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be fourth down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll indeed go for it. It's Bradford. Buying time to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
When we talk about Aqib Talib, technique is not the word that comes to mind, but don't worry about that. This guy anticipates as well as anyone in the league, and he did just that, picking off another pass.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. After the interception, here's Lynch. He'll rifle this one deep, trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, these turnovers are a big, big problem, and a huge part of why they're behind on the scoreboard, too. It's now fumble and interception on back-to-back drives, and you just can't expect to do that and be successful in the NFL or any league for that matter.
Following the interception, Bradford. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad thing.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Shaquille Barrett coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Bradford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterback's got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Able to find Harris, complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. First and 10, Bradford. It's complete to Diggs. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Again, it's Bradford. And that's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Now it's a bootleg with Bradford. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is third and inches. On the sneak, Bradford. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge, their D-line surge leading to fourth. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward, and indeed he did not. They stop him. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Time starting to run out here in the fourth. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Now it's Lynch. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And the offense lining up first and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Screen pass to Charles. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Brandon, you got to have some urgency here. You got to get the guys back to the line of scrimmage, but the problem is all 30 yards downfield after that play.
Back to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll escape to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Green, the tight end, in motion. Now Jamal Charles on 3rd down. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. So it'll be 1st down here after the run. They'll look to throw. Trying to implement. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Linval Joseph in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. And his kick is indeed good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish,